Okay, so Leeds fans, and in fact Leeds themselves, are a bit disappointed at Archie Gray leaving Leeds United to go to Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, obviously Tottenham Hotspur activated his release clause, which meant that he was able to go and and join this big club in London. But I can't help thinking that sometimes these things don't always work out the way they should. I mean, Archie Gray is a good player. He played really well for Leeds in their promotion push last season. Leeds just missing out on the promotion, and of course because of that there was a clause in his contract that said that if it wasn't the first time of asking, they were able to activate the release clause and he was able to move to a Premiership club. And all fair play to him. He wants to play for a Premier League club. Tottenham Hotspur are a good, well-established Premier League side. There's no reason why he wouldn't want to go there. But I do wonder sometimes whether whoever it is that talks to the young players like this, whether it's his agent or whoever it might be, whether they're just giving them perhaps the wrong advice at the wrong time. I mean, he's 18 years old. He's a very good player. He played very well for Leeds United, but part of me wonders what kind of game time he's going to get at Spurs, because Spurs have got a lot of very good players there. Yes, they might lose a couple in the summer, but they're looking to buy as well. How much time will Archie Gray actually get in the first team? Obviously, he's a signing for the future. Tottenham Hotspur, I think they're going to spend a lot of money on him. They're going to, coach him and get him working with the first team, and perhaps one day he'll break into the first team. But in that time, he might only get fleeting appearances in the Premier League. And for someone who has, worked their way through the Leeds team, from very young age, to work their way through, become a real favourite of the Leeds supporters, to go to a club now where he's going to be a small fish in a very large pond, and he's going to have to start again. He's going to have to work his way back up again into the Premier League first team. And I just wonder whether sometimes these younger players don't appreciate how important it can be to play for a club like Leeds United, play in the first team, perhaps get into the Premier League and play in the Premier League that way. It gives him experience. He's going to get lots of first team football because Leeds love him and he's a very important part of their first team. So that would give him the experience he needs to play at the Premier League. I'm not entirely sure how much experience he would get with Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. And of course, you want to start this kind of this learning at an early age. You don't want to be waiting on the bench for 2 or 3 years and then get your big chance, because that's 2 or 3 years wasted. You want to be out there in the Premier League. You want to be playing, and I think that Tottenham may have given him certain assurances that he'll play in certain competitions. Perhaps he's going to be an FA Cup player, or perhaps he's going to be in the Carabao Cup. Who knows? But I think that it's going to be very important for him to bide his time, because I think that's exactly what he's going to need to do. I don't think Tottenham are going to put him in from the very beginning, and it's going to be a shame that they're not going to. But I think this could be now what's happening, that these big clubs, Chelsea have done it in the past. They bought lots of players who then sit on the bench, sit in the background, and they get a little bit disillusioned, and then they end up moving on to other clubs, or they get loaned out to other clubs. And I often think that sometimes it's best if they just stay with the club that they were with, the club that brought them forward, got them the experience they wanted. Give them a few years there in the first team, and then to progress into the Premier League when they've got a chance of playing in the Premier League with the first team. Because otherwise, I just think that it's a bit of a waste of their energy and a waste of their time, because they're not going to be getting regular for first team football, and it's just going to be a bit frustrating for them. But I'd love to hear your thoughts if you're a Tottenham fan or if you're a Leeds fan. Let me know what you think about losing Archie Gray, Leeds fans. How much of a blow was it for you, and how important was he to your first team? And Tottenham Hotspur fans, let me know what you think about this guy's arrival. Do you think he's going to get into the first team straight away? Do you think he's that good, or do you agree that he's a good player for the future, but he's not exactly going to get into the first team just yet? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more football news, views and reviews, and also opinions.